These 6 vegetables are destroying your kidney health. For most healthy adults, the recommended daily intake, RDI, of potassium is around 2,600 milligrams for women and 3,400 milligrams for men. However, if you have chronic kidney disease, CKD, managing potassium becomes a different game entirely. Depending on the CKD stage, potassium intake usually needs to be limited to around 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams per day. In advanced CKD stages, especially if you're not on dialysis, doctors may even recommend going below 2,000 milligrams to safeguard your kidneys and heart from high potassium levels. In this article, we'll reveal some common vegetables that could be harming your kidneys if you're not careful, along with tips to reduce their potassium content. Let's dive into it and start with number 1 on our list. 1. Butternut squash. Technically a fruit, butternut squash is often prepared like a vegetable in a variety of dishes. It's used in soups, casseroles, breads, muffins, and even pies. However, this versatile ingredient packs a surprising potassium punch. Just 1 cup of cooked butternut squash can contain around 493 milligrams of potassium, which is quite high if you're managing CKD. Winter squashes like acorn squash are also high in potassium, with raw acorn squash delivering around 485 milligrams per cup. However, if you boil these squashes, you can reduce their potassium content by about 20 to 25%. If you're looking for a safer squash alternative, spaghetti squash is a great option. It has only about 108 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams, making it a better choice for those with CKD. You can roast it, and when cooked, it separates into spaghetti-like strands, perfect for replacing pasta in many recipes. 2. Swiss chard. Swiss chard is often celebrated for its nutrients, but it's also packed with potassium, sodium, and oxalates, all of which can be problematic for kidney health. A cup of boiled Swiss chard has about 313 milligrams of sodium and an astonishing 961 milligrams of potassium. Even worse, Swiss chard is high in oxalates, with around 500 milligrams per half cup. This is a concern for people prone to kidney stones, particularly calcium oxalate stones. High oxalate levels can also accelerate CKD progression, making it wise to avoid Swiss chard if you have kidney stones or are at risk. Consider opting for low potassium alternatives like mustard greens or turnip greens. Mustard greens provide about 226 milligrams of potassium per cup, and boiled turnip greens contain around 292 milligrams, both safer options for those with CKD. 3. Beets. Beets are rich in dietary nitrates, which help lower blood pressure, a boon for general heart health. But for people with CKD, beets pose a double challenge. They contain around 442 milligrams of potassium per cup and have a high oxalate content, about 152 milligrams per cup, which makes them risky for CKD patients and those with kidney stones. Boiling can reduce potassium levels but doesn't lower the oxalates, so beets may still be best avoided. Instead, try radishes. Like beets, radishes are high in nitrates but low in potassium, 135 milligrams per cup, and oxalates, making them a safer option. They can help manage blood pressure without the kidney risks beets present. 4. Tomatoes. Tomatoes may seem innocent, but they're surprisingly high in potassium. A medium-sized raw tomato contains about 292 milligrams of potassium, and when cooked or processed, the potassium concentration increases even more. For instance, 1 cup of cooked tomatoes contains approximately 523 milligrams of potassium, while tomato sauce has about 728 milligrams per cup, as water evaporates during cooking, concentrating the potassium. Tomato-based products like sauces and ketchup can have dangerously high potassium levels for CKD patients. If you love tomatoes, moderation is key. Most CKD patients can safely eat 1 raw tomato or half a cup of cooked tomatoes per serving. When using tomato sauce, keep servings to under a 1/4 cup. Low potassium or no salt added tomato products can also be helpful to reduce potassium intake. 5. Potatoes. Potatoes are a staple in many diets, but they're a major source of potassium, depending on how they're prepared. A medium-baked potato with the skin on has around 926 milligrams of potassium, while a serving of French fries can contain nearly 892 milligrams. Fortunately, there's a trick to lower the potassium in potatoes: boiling. Boiling and draining potatoes can significantly cut down on potassium. A regular peeled and boiled potato has about 490 milligrams of potassium, and double boiling, boiling twice and discarding the water each time, can reduce potassium levels even further, to around 245 milligrams. This makes potatoes safer for CKD patients and can let you enjoy them in a kidney-friendly way. 6. Spinach. Spinach is another nutrient-dense vegetable that can be problematic for kidney health. A cup of boiled spinach contains a hefty 838 milligrams of potassium, far too high for those managing CKD. Spinach is also loaded with oxalates, with about 755 milligrams in just half a cup. These high oxalate levels are linked to kidney stone formation, making spinach a poor choice if you have CKD or a history of stones. The good news? You have kidney-friendly alternatives. Cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli are much lower in potassium and oxalates, so you can enjoy them safely. These vegetables are versatile and can be steamed, sautéed, or eaten raw in salads without the same risks associated with spinach. Helpful tips to lower potassium content in vegetables. If you love these high-potassium vegetables but need to manage your intake, there are a few techniques to help reduce potassium levels. Double boiling. This method involves boiling the vegetable once, discarding the water, and then boiling it again. The repeated boiling and water replacement significantly lowers potassium content. Soaking. Soaking peeled and cut vegetables in water for at least 4 hours before cooking can help draw out potassium. Boiling versus baking. Boiling generally reduces potassium levels more than baking, roasting, or frying. Conclusion. Watching your potassium intake can be crucial for managing CKD and supporting your kidney health. While butternut squash, Swiss chard, beets, tomatoes, potatoes, and spinach may offer plenty of nutrients, they're also loaded with potassium and oxalates, which could be harmful if you have CKD. Fortunately, there are delicious, low-potassium alternatives for each of these vegetables, allowing you to keep your meals varied, nutritious, and safe for your kidneys. When managing CKD, be mindful of how you prepare and consume these vegetables. Swapping them out for safer options and using potassium-reducing techniques can help you enjoy your meals without compromising your health. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new videos. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comment section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.